Bienvenue à tous dans cette
Business Africa continues, and still talking about the impact of coronavirus now being felt in households. Panic buying has pushed up the price of basic necessities and food, especially cereals. The behavior is worrying the Food and Agriculture Organization, which warns it could cause a global food crisis. Amelia Martha Nashtimbo and Jean-David Mihamle with more.
In the early days of the new coronavirus in December, the International Grains Council was optimistic, foreseeing an increase in production by 2%, totaling 2.2 million tons of cereals. Specific to the 2020-2021 season, over 760 million tons of wheat, 1.1 billion tons of maize, and at least 500 million tons of rice. But limiting trade flows to fight COVID-19 is a risk, worrying experts. The Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, fears the harmful effects of panic buying, a behavior capable of causing a global food shortage. As FAO's chief economist, Abdelreza Abbasian, explains, it's not a supply problem, but rather a change in behavior towards food security. Big importers in particular may rush to stock cereals, even though the quantity is still sufficient. Rice is one of the most sought-after cereals now in Africa, as homes stock up to prepare for uncertainty.
Finance ministers and economic experts from the CEMAC region recently met in Brazzaville, Congo, to forge coordinated solutions to the COVID-19 impact on their economies. They have been asked to design bankable projects that will go a long way in helping people. These, as Bridget Ugwe and Nyasha Mutuzwa report, include financing enterprises related to the fight against coronavirus.
What will be the economic and financial impact of COVID-19 on Central African economies? The question on the agenda at the third extraordinary session of the Steering Committee of the CEMAC Economic and Financial Reform Program. The finance ministers of the 6 member states met recently in Brazzaville, Republic of Congo. They discussed solutions to mitigate the impact of the coronavirus on economies and businesses.
The
President of the Central African Development Bank informed me that he had granted a sum of 500 million Central African franc to each state. Our central bank at the last meeting granted a line credit of 90 billion, which will be made available to the development bank to help the health sectors and public investments. It is necessary to inject money into the sector. Credits must be facilitated, and there must be renegotiations to avoid bankruptcy. The finance ministers also recommended that member countries negotiate collectively the cancellation of all their external debts. This will enable them to face both the coronavirus pandemic and the recovery of their economies on a sound basis.
We have come to the end of Business Africa on Africanews this week. Thank you so very much for watching. Until next time, stay home, stay safe.